bracket. So we'll see how the confidence plays into this one. At least we are not going to have the same skin setup. We might have that if we were doing like, was it SAC versus Vimten Kilo? If that happened. I know Vimten Kilo was like the cat burglar or whatever. Was kind of the burglar, or
no? So it was the burglar skin, but then Vimten Kilo used it, and then I got really confused, and now SAC's default Surrey.
Yeah.
Which is maybe as cursed. I don't really know. Ian's definitely shown the two loadouts that he likes to use. And we're going to game number 1 here on Demon Island. In the top 5 in South America, where I was wondering if it was going to be more of a Tesca showdown, and it is 3 of the 5 players are Asuri players here going forward.
Yes.
Which is pretty incredible. West on the Tesca, and then use just the
one
of the 2 Vector players in the world in winners finals there.
I think that number is going to go up.
Yeah.
In possibly North America, and definitely in the coming weeks, months, and this entire year. I think Vector stonks are going up. So
not
buy
as
in
quickly,
right now.
Not as quickly as Asuri stonks, though. These are pretty crazy. It's already all over the place here in all these championships. And SAC starting off with a lead here against Ian, punishing Ian for going for that down sig for an early stock. Neutral light recovery, goes right back to the stage. D-Knight down here, tries to go for that Sarah. He pivoted it, maybe it would have worked, but Ian is constantly reading that SAC's going to go back to the stage instead of above the stage as a recovery tool, and SAC keeps making it back.
Weapon toss there. SAC's able to get to the wall touch, even though he was in sweat beads.
Yeah.
Ian's going to be looking to take out this stock. He has the sword. D-Light side air is going to close that one out. He's not in too bad of a spot. He's going to have his choice of weapons. He's going to wait. Doesn't juggle the weapons. He would rather just pick that one up straight away and guarantee it rather than trying to juggle those weapons and delay the spawn when SAC could come in, hit him away from it. All of a sudden, he's disarmed, and SAC has the weapon control.
Yeah, no priming there either. So sword's coming up next. If SAC disarms Ian out of these guitars, Neutral Sig gets punished. Ian, nice job with that recovery, fading back from the dare. SAC waits for that landing on that neutral light. Very classic maneuver coming out for guitar players in general. Ian a little trigger happy on the signatures I've been noticing throughout this set. He had a lot of success with it against Vimten Kilo. As we saw, there was like a side sig knockout, a down sig, and a neutral sig knockout all in the same game.
Yeah, that was the game where he did like 405 damage to take it.
In this game, he's put out like maybe 4 or 5 down sigs, some neutral signatures. We just saw that with the sword as well, and every single one has gone whipped and punished by SAC. Double downlight does not connect there, but the damage is still coming through, and that dare will solidify the fact that SAC has over a stock lead now against Ian here in game number 1. Recovery could have sent him flying there. He's got to be really careful about it, and SAC might pull out the first or second signature of the game for the win here if Ian's not careful.
Swapping back over to the Katars, SAC fighting at the weapon disadvantage. Spawn comes in. He chooses to fall unarmed to end up getting the punish that gives him plenty of room to pick up the Katars, come in with the signature, and take the game.
I think that was the first, if not the second, that SAC used. SAC was really, really great with it, and Ian was constantly hoping that it really did feel like it was hoping that that SAC would land on the ground there. Whereas SAC showed, here's how you actually do a landing punish with a down stick at the very end there. Ian goes down, fast falls, spot dodges in place, and that completely covers it. It's one of the best tools in Asuri's kit, honestly. It's like a supercharged sword neutral light.
Yeah.
Because you don't need to hit your opponent for it to be active. You could say that it's also super punishable, but when you're a really good Asuri player, you're not going to use that unless you know that your opponent's resources are all gone. And we see Asuri players do that all the time. Ian, starting this match off, super on the back foot there. That weapon toss into side air comes through, and he has yet to get any damage on SAC as that dare dribbles him to a second dare, downlight side air. That's the stock. Sparky 0 to knockout in under 25 seconds. SAC is, I talked to you about how I was worried this would look like the Ian versus Vimten Kilo matchup, but in reverse, and I'm starting to see it. Like there's just these gradients of Asuri mains that are just like each one gets better and better until you land it, kinda.
The skill difference between a player like Ian and a player like SAC, at least from what we've seen so far, it's like a step function. And Ian is getting up, or at least attempting to climb up that next step, and SAC is just sitting there with his foot on his head, pushing him down, saying, yeah, keep trying. Come up here. Come on. Come up here onto the stage. I'm going to push you back down.
All credits to Ian. There's still a chance to win this set as well. But this is for 5th, right? Ian's made an incredible run.
This is huge.
Yeah, and he might get the stock off of SAC as well. SAC doesn't even try to recover there. He's like, I'd rather just get back to the stage on a fresh stock, get myself a weapon, than worry about the nonsense that is recovering with 3 stocks to 1. You just get back and continue fighting your game. And we see him getting in there with the guitars. Opportunity here for Ian. could reverse it, but the more that I've been watching these Asuri Dittos, more so than any other matchup, the more I'm like, man, when you're against somebody who really knows their stuff on guitars, comeback potential is small.
Yes.
It's not like the Asuri main's not going to be like, haha, oh, Asuri likes to go for Ensig. It's like, no, I am an Asuri player. I know that I like this move. I'm not going to fall for it. So we don't get to see those reversals as much as we might see in any other matchup in the game.
Going for that one, and again, SAC is able to completely outrange that, then go back in, find the punish as well. This game could be ending soon, and there it is. That was a weird look because he was able to run all the way off screen before the camera actually moved over to the right.
It's a good way to race the end of match fanfare, right? I've never. Asuri is one of the best to do it.
Oh, we'll see it at the end.
Yeah, this is a crazy stock.
Man, he just had complete control on the edge.
Yeah. Gets the finisher there with the side.
And he
air.
runs off screen, but there's no reticle.
Yeah, there's no
reticle.
The camera's gonna follow where it followed him at the end. We got to see it.
She was off screen. I feel like I've never seen that before.
So we're up 2-0 for SAC right now, and I'm feeling a really dominant game 3 coming up as well. I mean, I want Ian's back on that Apex Predator Asuri that we saw him opening up the stream with earlier on today. Let's see if that makes any difference because he's got those 2 cosmetic loadouts that he really prefers, but SAC so far has just been so darn good in this matchup.
Ian, as a player who has never made it inside of top 8, I think we're seeing him hit his limit for like his skill potential at this moment in time. Not the potential for the rest of his career, but his potential for this moment in time. Of course, making it, like you said, all the way to 5th place. Could push further. We don't know that it's done yet.
The thing that needs to happen in the middle of this game right now is these signatures need to stop just being let loose at every given time that he's gotten one single neutral win interaction. SAC with that recovery, 4-piece string into the finisher there. That's what's been getting Ian, I think, a lot of the punishes so far. And if that changes, we could see ourselves going to a game number 4. Let's see what happens here. Qatar versus Qatar's here. SAC tries to get the landing with the side light, double D-light dare, neutral light, gets the neutral sig. Sparky, he goes for that down sig, and I don't blame him. So much damage there into a near 0 to knockout from SAC means that he's got a good, solid lead going into the second stock.
That was a good punish from Ian. Now, your average ranked player would probably go for the Insig, of course, into the GC Insig on the edge. You try to dodge through it. Sometimes you get caught by it. Maybe you try to spot dodge, so she's already past you by the time your iframes go away. And that's probably why we saw the down sig come out from SAC to essentially do that sword neutral light that we see there, but with a lot more force and damage.
Neutral light's coming through. Even Ian's brought this back in a good way. Oh, but those D-lights and recoveries. That's like, SAC is so crazy good at getting knockouts with the guitars and not relying on the signature kit from Asuri, even though he's shown that he can go for those down signatures. Let's see if Ian can come right back. He does. Okay. He's even things up real quick. Followed SAC's landing with the recoveries, and now he's at an advantageous state where he got through SAC's iframes without taking damage and has continued to starve him of the weapons. It's now a Qatar Ditto. SAC slightly behind in damage. The Silent doesn't catch, but the neutral light recovery does, and Ian makes it back to the stage with that dare, and that's the first signature that we've seen him connect on the SAC. That's huge.
He was careful, though. He didn't try to push that much harder into a disadvantageous position. He didn't try to go for any big plays there because they're both in the yellow. He could have gotten caught by SAC in the air. He didn't go for the double insig, didn't go for anything crazy. So he got a big move, got some momentum in his way. I mean, he has the damage lead.
This could be it, Sparky. He could bring this to a game number 4. Neutral and recovery does disarm him, though, and SAC has the weapon starve. He's waiting for that spawn to come through. Goes back to center stage. Does he go for anything crazy with the gravity? Gets a down light. The weapon spawn comes through. He dodges right through it. Gets the guitars. Oh, and the D-light and the recovery comes through. SAC needs one more of those recoveries, and he gets it. No, it's so close. One more could come through. I really thought it was going to be it, but he dived down a little too deep, and he did not know his weapon was that damaged. The stare comes through, the bounce comes in. Ian, can he get this game over SAC and bring it to a game 4? That would be
Please
a
don't do anything crazy, Ian.
change.
Don't do anything crazy. Just be normal.
Yes.
Oh, that's it!
That's
Woo is correct!
Ooh, and that's exactly how SAC is feeling, right? Who like a sigh of relief after that one. Oh my goodness. And it was exactly what I feared, Sparky. You were saying don't do anything crazy. What's the craziest thing that an Asuri could do? A downsing on sword.
I actually don't think that's that crazy.
You don't think it's that crazy?
I feel like
look at it.
That's a Noel move.
Did SAC like space perfectly around this?
We'll have to see in the slow-mo.
Oh, he dodged directly to it and then faded back. He had to fade back. If he didn't fade back, I think he got hit by the last swoosh.
Pranav, send me that replay, please, and then tell me, look at the end where he does the sword down sig, so I remember what to look at. Thanks,
That's crazy. He dodged into it and then reacted to the fact that he dodged into it by fading behind and avoid the hit that would have brought it to a game 4. That was an amazing adaptation coming out from Ian. And there was a lot less signature usage in the sense that, like, when he used it, he was making sure